Last week was the deadline for national park sites and other public lands to report and possibly remove any content that inappropriately disparages Americans past or living. The directive triggered massive backlash, fearing a whitewashing of history. So what, if anything, has been done here in Colorado and elsewhere across the U.S. since that order?
We are very much not in the clear. And I will say that in Colorado, we're asking the public to please stay vigilant.
120 days since an order from the Department of the Interior. Each public land bureau in the U.S. was supposed to remove any content that disparaged America. That deadline was September 17th. At national park sites throughout Colorado, you might not notice any changes, at least not yet.
If you go to some of these sites, you may not yet see the impacts of the administration's directive, but it is still very much a live threat.
Critics of the directive, which itself stemmed from a President Trump executive order, fear this will lead to a whitewashing or revisionist history, and those fears now being realized. The Washington Post reporting last week the Trump administration ordered the removal of signs and exhibits related to slavery at multiple national parks, including this historic photograph of a formerly enslaved man with scars on his back. In a statement, the Department of Interior says each site is being reviewed individually and interpretive materials that focus solely on challenging aspects of U.S. history without acknowledging broader context or national progress may unintentionally provide an incomplete understanding rather than enrich it. So when might this review come to Colorado sites like Sand Creek Massacre and Amachi, which represent dark chapters in U.S. history? Sources familiar with the review say it's starting on the East Coast and moving west.
Well, what they did is they redone pictures and they redone some of the parts of the story.
Some weeks after the orders came out, I spoke to Fred Mosqueda, who's a tribal representative with the Sand Creek site. He revealed the National Park Service was indeed looking to redo some of the Sand Creek photos, at least when we spoke, but he was confident it would still tell the true story.
But it remains to see whether or not those are accepted yet.